From breaking world records to getting death threats, these are the 20 most viral moments in NFL history. And first, one player accidentally scores a game-losing touchdown.
Todd Gurley to the goal line. Touchdown! I think he thought about waiting and letting the clock run out. Well, I don't think there's any question.
Dang. All the Falcons had to do was run out the clock and kick a game-winning field goal. But Todd Gurley had other plans. And so did Robert Hunt at number 19.
Tua. Pass is caught by one of the linemen. And he came up short.
Illegal touching of the pass of the offense, number 68.
This dude is 6'6", 330 pounds, and breaking the laws of physics. How dare the refs do this man dirty and call it back? However, not everyone can do it all. But I guess someone forgot to tell Tom Brady that. Bro knows how to make any receiver look good, except for himself.
Fournette, Brady, direct snap. Fournette, he is going to throw it to Brady. Oh, Brady slipped and he poked up by Tariq Woolen. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Man, you could even cast the play receiver in a Disney movie. Although, this wasn't his first time getting flamed on the internet. You got the Deflategate, his fake retirement, and then you've got Super Bowl 52. See, the Patriots thought they could catch the Eagles off guard. So when Tom Brady lined up at receiver, nobody saw it coming. But they didn't have to. Tom Brady was about to embarrass himself in front of millions.
Meanwhile, 3rd down and 5 here. And now you got to flip back here to Danny Amendola, who throws, and it's Brady who can't pull it in.
And because the Patriots ended up losing the Super Bowl, fans couldn't help but make things personal. That's when Brady's wife, Giselle, clapped back.
My husband cannot throw the ball and catch the ball at the same time.
Well, let's face it, if Brady could throw and catch footballs, it'd almost be unfair. Well, it would be unfair, except there's another quarterback who doesn't seem to have any trouble. See, what if I told you that Brady made the biggest blunder of his career, and another quarterback made the greatest play of his life? Because while TB12 was full of big game jitters, Nick Foles was not. And with the first half coming to a close, the Eagles found themselves up by 3. However, they had a difficult decision to make. It was 4th and goal, and the Eagles could either settle for a 6-point lead or go for the juggernaut. And since Tom Brady was staring them down on the other side, I think everybody in the city of Philadelphia knew what needed to be done.
Foles moves to the right. It goes directly to Clement. Clement reverses it, and the pass goes into the end zone. And it is a touchdown by Nick Foles.
In the biggest moments, the Eagles had the guts to pull off the ballsiest of plays. But not everybody loves the Super Bowl as much as Nick Foles. See, Marshawn Lynch absolutely despises the 7 days leading up to the Super Bowl. But that doesn't mean he hates football. He just hates the media. Because these guys ask the dumbest of questions. And Lynch doesn't want any of the smoke.
They keep pushing against the defensive attack so aggressively.
Yeah.
Such a tough defense today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got back in there.
Yeah. 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 Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
So when it came time for the biggest media day of the year, Lynch already had his mind made up.
Just here so I don't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Just so I won't get fined, boss. Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Only the joke was on Lynch, because the NFL not only fined his bum, but it ended up costing him a whopping $1.2 million. And I mean, that's pretty nuts. But so is Xavier Worthy, because the 40-yard dash has been around for years. Michael Vick ran a 4.33 in 2001. Chris Johnson ran a 4.24 in 2008. And in 2017, John Ross did this.
There he goes. He's moving.
Where'd our number go?
I don't know.
For reference, it almost took a full decade for someone to finally break Johnson's time. So fans wondered if John Ross's record would ever be broken. But heading into the 2024 NFL Combine, Xavier Worthy was a man on a mission. He wanted to show everyone how truly fast he was. However, not even his family members saw what was coming next.
Here he goes. Oh!
Keep going. He might just keep running right out of the stadium.
Yo, if I only had half that much speed. Cause now, bro has all the girls sliding in his DMs. But you know what they say? You can't teach speed. Because when Adrian Peterson gets going, there's nothing you can do to stop him.
And he'll add to that total. And he shoves away one, shoves away another, and blasts his way into the end zone. Spectacular run by the most spectacular runner in the NFL.
Look, man, I'm impressed. But I'd be a lot more impressed if it wasn't against the Cleveland Browns. Yet Jerome Simpson might have overheard me. So he texted me this next play and swears it'll get me out of my seat.
Wide open now. A flick into the end zone by Jerome Simpson. Oh, goodness.
All right, bro, not gonna lie. You got me there. That was mad impressive. But I wouldn't be giving out nearly as much respect if it was Tiki Barber, because this man is a professional hater. See, nobody bleeds blue and white like Tiki Barber. He's the Giants' all-time rushing leader, rushing for over 10,000 yards. Fourth on that list is Saquon Barkley, but fans didn't expect Barkley to be the fourth or fifth. They wanted him to be first. After all, the Giants used the second overall pick on him in 2018. He was supposed to be a generational talent, but his career hasn't been what fans expected. He's been battling injuries his entire career, but the last 2 seasons showed fans what Barkley was truly capable of. He's only missed 4 games, and it's got fans excited for what could be. But just as fans thought Barkley was a Giant for life, he pulled the ultimate curveball. Not only is he switching teams, but he's heading to the team the Giants hate most.
Saquon Barkley to the Eagles.
And once Tiki Barber caught word that his favorite player was a traitor, he was pissed. This dude has spent his entire career playing for the Giants, just for Barkley to leave without even giving a formal goodbye? So that's when Barber tweeted this.
Yeah, say it.
He's dead to us.
Because he won't say it.
You're dead to us, Saquon. Good luck. You're dead to me.
Wow, bro just crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Because once Barkley saw this, he had to give my man a heat check.
The fans are going to hate me for that, so be it. But I never turned my back on my teammates and always had theirs. You've been a hater since I got to New York, and all the dead to me talk, don't smile in my face when you see me.
Oh man, I'm not even an Eagles fan. I can't wait to see the Eagles versus Giants this season. But I can wait to see our 10th moment, because it had me cringing the entire time. See, just because you're an NFL player, that doesn't make you invincible. You may be making millions of dollars, but unfortunately, that doesn't translate to swag.
3rd and 13, into the end zone. Gesicki, touchdown! What a catch! Woo, 14-yard snare.
Not gonna lie, bro. Even Napoleon Dynamite has better dance moves than that. But you gotta give Gesicki some credit, because after all that hate, this dude had the audacity to try it again. Just like Ice Spice's butt. It's clear that this man doesn't know how to quit. But now that we're entering the 9 most viral moments, the stakes are about to be raised. I mean, it wouldn't be a football video without at least one Patrick Mahomes play.
Calls his plays to the opposite side. Mahomes, he'll just chuck it ahead, and it's caught. McKinnon has that next gear. Touchdown on a full sprint to the end zone. 56 yards on a toss from Mahomes.
Oh man, I'd be glazing the crap out of Mahomes. But all this glazing, and we forgot about one of the all-time greats, Aaron Rodgers. And if there's one thing that Aaron Rodgers does better than anyone in the world, it's what I'm about to show you next. See, the clock read 000, and normally that means 2 words, game over. But not in 2015, because the Lions had just been called for a face mask penalty. And since the score read 23-21 in favor of the Lions, this meant the Packers had one final chance. And that's when the entire stadium went silent.
It's going to get there. He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in it? In the end zone, it is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown.
From the 35, that's close to 70 yards.
In just a few seconds, the Lions went from cloud 9 to complete disbelief. But they they wouldn't be the only ones. Not even 2 months later, the Packers needed another prayer. Only this time, it came against a much harder opponent, the Arizona Cardinals. See, the Cardinals were just coming off a bye, so their confidence was riding an all-time high. Surely they thought, what happened to the Packers can't happen to us. Well, first off, don't call me Shirley. And second off, check this out.
Again, Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer, and Janis does it. Stop it! Oh, please! What a catch! That's insane!
Oh my, that may be one of the great throws ever made.
Wow, Aaron Rodgers is answering so many prayers, he's practically a full-blown pastor. And this clip would even be higher on our list if the Cardinals didn't end up winning in overtime. However, you don't have to worry about the Eagles not finishing games, because in 2010, the Eagles-Giants rivalry was at an all-time high. And with the score tied with only 11 seconds remaining, Deshaun Jackson had a chance to call game.
And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block! Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown, no flags.
Rumor has it, this moment still haunts the Giants almost 15 years later. But if you want to know what keeps the Cowboys up at night, I've got 3 letters for you. OBJ.
And Manning's going to heave one. There's a flag. Beckham, one-handed catch. How in the world?
This kid entered the game as a rookie and left as a full-born superstar. And the craziest part of it all, the Giants didn't even win the game. But when you make a catch that iconic and that spectacular, winning the game feels almost irrelevant. And irrelevant is the last word I'd use to describe our 5th moment. But to get there, we need to rewind the clocks back almost 25 years. The year was 2000, and the Cowboys and 49ers hated each other with a burning passion. They were the NFC's 2 top dogs for the last 2 decades. So you'd think that Terrell Owens would know better than to stir trouble. But who are we kidding? This is T.O. we're talking about.
Where's he going? Right to the center of the stadium. Right to the Dallas Cowboys logo.
How's my man gonna disrespect America's team like that? But Emmitt Smith wasn't about to let his team go down like that. Now that T.O. crossed him like that meant one thing: war. And it wouldn't take long for Smith to return the favor.
Smith! Touchdown! He's going to the center of the field, too. And plants it.
Phew, that was a close one. Dallas was about to lose their minds. But little did they know, Terrell Owens was just getting started. Sure enough, the 49ers marched down the field again. And once they got into the red zone, I think you can guess who the ball was going to.
He's back on track last week. Garcia to Owens. Touchdown. And Owens again heading for midfield.
Oh, they're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down, and George King levels it.
Bro disrespected Dallas once and then tried to do it again. You'd think he'd be banned for the city for life. But time heals all wounds, because 6 years later, Terrell Owens was playing in Dallas again. Only this time, he was playing for them, not against them. And if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear about Russell Wilson. Just 2 years ago, the Broncos wanted to be dangerous. So who did they call? Mr. Unlimited, aka Russell Wilson. However, this move ended up costing them a fortune. And in return, they got themselves Russell Wilson. Then after such a splash, the Broncos wanted to lock him up for the rest of his career. So they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. 5 years, $250 million. And after signing one of the biggest contracts in NFL history, Russ left us with one of the most iconic lines in NFL history.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
And you already know, fans were loving this. But bro should have kept his mouth shut, because the second he started playing football, it was a complete disaster.
A 60-yard attempt. Wilson lost the football. Rolling towards the sideline. Picked up by the Jets. Untouched. He knocks the ball away. It's amazing. What a play by Quincy.
In 2 seasons, the former Super Bowl champ and 9-time Pro Bowler only managed to win 11 of his 30 games. It was so bad that he got benched for Jarrett Stidham this season, and even got released this offseason. The Broncos not only made one of the worst trades in NFL history, but they also had to eat $85 million in dead cap charges. So much for Broncos country. Let's ride. Now it's time for Black and Yellow. Here we go.
Fired up to wear the black and gold. Here we go.
But at number 3, it was the opposite of a disaster. See, it was the 1981 NFC Championship, and the Cowboys were determined to continue their NFC dominance. They had made the Super Bowl 5 times in the last 10 years, and fans were determined to see a new team finally overtake America's team. But to do that, the 49ers needed a splash, because with only 58 seconds remaining, the 49ers found themselves in a do-or-die situation. They only had 2 more chances to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. That's when fans witnessed one of the greatest catches in NFL history.
Always looking, finally throwing the ball away, makes a leaping catch on Everson Walls.
And this catch was so impressive that fans even called it the catch. After all, when a 6'4" receiver goes airborne to make the greatest catch of his life and dethrone a dynasty in the process, yeah, I'd like to say the nickname is well suited. Although, up next is arguably the greatest play in NFL history, because this play was so amazing that it didn't have to happen in the postseason, and people still remember it vividly. See, anytime a team has a chance to beat Tom Brady, all eyes are watching. Because from 2010 to 2017, the Patriots won 12 games and the Dolphins only won 4. And in 2018, it appeared history was going to repeat itself. With 16 seconds to go, Steven Gostkowski kicked a field goal to put the Patriots up by 5, meaning that if the Dolphins wanted to win, it was going to have to be a miracle.
Will throw it, and this will end it after the shovel, or will it? Miami running around, circling. Oh, look out! Gronkowski didn't have the angle. Touchdown! Oh, Kenyon Drake! A miracle!
And that's why there's no such thing as a sure thing. Speaking of which, this brings us to our most viral moment, and sure enough, it all comes down to Super Bowl 51. See, in the first 50 Super Bowls, fans were complaining about how we never got a single overtime game. And that trend seemed all but certain to continue in Super Bowl 51. Because even though the Patriots had Tom Brady on their side, the Falcons were putting together one of the biggest butt whoopings in the history of butt whoopings. I mean, one player even intercepted Tom Brady and then did this.
Line pass is picked. Intercepted Robert Alford. He's gone. There are no flags. And the Falcons add to their lead. Alford with a pick 6.
Yeah, folks, it was getting ugly. At midway through the third quarter, the score read 28-3 in favor of the Falcons. Fans were starting to turn their TVs off. Super Bowl parties were even ending. Heck, even the Patriots sideline thought the game was over. But then, out of the blue, something clicked. Because in the third quarter, the Patriots got their confidence back.
Pass is caught. That's White. Touchdown.
It was only one touchdown, but Tom Brady was loving it, because to him, this didn't mean the game was over. This meant the Falcons were beatable. And once Brady figured this out, the whole game was flipped on its head.
Brady, end zone touchdown! Amendola!
And just like that, the Patriots were within one possession of sending the game to overtime. That's when Julian Edelman made one of the greatest catches in the history of catches.
Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch. Knocked it up into the air, and let's see who comes down with it. Oh, that's a catch.
Wow, this is uncanny. You see, all the momentum had completely switched once Edelman made this catch. It was as if God himself had intervened and placed the football in his hands. So once this happened, it was only fitting that this happened next.
Touchdown, James White!
Now the game was officially in overtime. But if you ask me, the game had been over a long time ago. Because the second the Falcons let Brady get back in the game was the second they lost Super Bowl 51.
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th!
A truly wild ending to the wildest game the NFL has ever seen. Love it or hate it, it will go down as one of the most viral moments in NFL history. But if you want to see more viral moments in the NFL this season, then you should click on the video on screen. And if you do, the scriptwriters will make sure the Chiefs don't three-peat this upcoming season.